All right, welcome to the movement series. Today we are going to be talking about the calf raise. This is one, preferably you have a step of some sort. I know you can't see the entire step, but this is only the height of a normal stair step. So, if you have any stairs in your house, whether it's to another floor, whether it's into the garage, whether it's up onto the porch, something that allows you to have some sort of step to get that full range of motion will be most helpful. Now, these are you can use other things like a very thick mat. You could do it off if you have we have a fairly solid bed frame with a kind of a little bit of a platform, and so you could use that. You could almost use weights to some degree, but what we are looking for is to have a full range of motion of the calf of the foot, and I'll kind of detail what that means. I know this, again, you can't fully see this, and my head's going to be cut off, but it is what it is. So whether you're using weight or not, what you want to do is ideally you're in shoes, but I want you to be able to see my foot in this particular motion and see that full range of movement. So when I talk about full range, we want to be standing off the step. We want to have the balls of our feet still on the step, right? Like you might fall backwards, but you still have a little bit of control here. You can bounce and you're not going to fall down anywhere, right? But I would still hold on to something. If you are on a flight of stairs, maybe be on the bottom step. Or if you're on the top step, that's fine. Just make sure you're holding on, okay? Now, when you are holding on, you don't want to be pushing yourself up, right? It is there for balance, not to help assist. So when I talk about full range of motion, we obviously have the raise. So it's coming up onto the, good balance, the balls of your feet. So that's the top of the movement. But we also want the stretch of the calves. So you're going to drop your heels down below your toes. So a little bit lower than the step. It may not go down very far, especially if you are tight through your calves. If that's something that you have found with squats maybe, or just general stretching, this may be a good thing to perform, but then stretch afterwards, right? So for the full range of motion, whether you're holding weight or not, drop the heels down, push through the balls of your feet, lift the heels up nice and high, and controlled, get a good stretch, lift the heels up nice and high, okay? Now, for a stretch, what I would do is step this other foot up, so you're stretching just one at a time. So you can drop the heel down, get a good stretch in the calf. Now you have two ways you can stretch this muscle. There's actually two calf muscles. You have the big ballish one here. Then you also have a calf muscle that kind of runs behind it and down into the heel as well. They both attach in the heel, but they're two muscles. So to stretch them, to get the big one, you keep your legs straight. Now, if you want to get the one closer to the heel, gently, with this leg that's stretching, bend the knee. So you should feel this a little bit lower in the calf. Now this is something that's quite uncomfortable. This is something that you can do just with your foot flat against the ground and kind of leaning forward and then slightly bending the knee, right? But that is how you do a calf raise, getting that full range of motion. And if you don't have a step, if you absolutely have nothing like that, you can do the motion on the ground, just getting up as high as you can and then dropping down back to a flat foot. But ideally, we have that full range of motion. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you soon.